Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Nyma. So today I'm going to be doing a video that you guys have actually requested a lot. Out of all the foundation videos that I've done, you guys want to know which ones are my favorites, and it was actually really hard to try and narrow them down to which one I could consider my absolute favorite. I've figured it would be easier to kind of split these videos up into like two different ones. I've got drugstore, which I'm doing today, and I'm going to do high-end, which I'm going to do like sometime next week. I really wanted to do drugstore first for this particular video because I know that not everyone has all the money in the world to go pick up a $30, $40, $50 foundation, and it's a lot easier to get our hands on these specific foundations. So the first one I'm going to start with is the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation. I have it here in the shade Dark Chocolate. This is literally one of my favorite foundations. I've been using it for such a long time. I think it launched, it launched at either the end of last year or the beginning of this year. I'm pretty sure it was the end of last year though. And this foundation is awesome. I really love everything about this foundation. I do have reviews on almost all of these foundations. So if you want to see more details about these specific foundations, I do have them in my Darkest Shade series playlist. But this foundation is amazing. I absolutely love this foundation. It's definitely more of a dewy finish foundation, which is right up my alley. I prefer more of the glow, more of the sheen, than more of a matte finish just because I have dry skin. As you guys see how glowy and dewy that foundation looks, this is definitely a foundation that if you are on the oilier skin and you prefer more of a matte finish, this foundation wouldn't be right up your alley, but I absolutely love this foundation. Look how glowy that foundation is. And this foundation does cost $7.99. The next one I want to talk about is the Loreal C10. This was the first foundation that I was able to find in the actual drugstore that matched me. The only thing that stresses me out is like when I run out, I have to drive a really far distance to find this specific shade because it's not in all drugstores, but it is available in the drugstore. I think it's about $10. I will have all the prices somewhere up here if I can't remember them correctly. This foundation is not as dewy and as glowy as the other foundation. I feel like it gives you more of a skin finish. Like I said, this foundation is more of a skin-like finish. There is the Fit Me. This is not technically in my favorites, but I just wanted to give you guys an option to the L'Oreal C10, the Fit Me foundation. It's a little bit more on the neutral side. You can just tell from the bottles. The C10 is not as neutral as the Fit Me. The Fit Me is a little bit more neutral and more on the yellow side. The Fit Me is way too matte for me. If you have really, really oily skin, this foundation will work really, really well for you because it is very, very, very matte. The next one that I have is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. I think this foundation was $14. I've honestly been using this foundation a lot. You guys have been asking me what foundation I have been wearing in my past few videos. This one has been it. Literally love this foundation. This and the LA Girl, I go back and forth between those two a lot. This is not as dewy as the LA Girl, but it's nowhere near a matte finish either. At least not for me. So with this foundation, you can control your coverage. 1 drop is light coverage and 4 drops is full coverage. And for me, I've been usually using just like 2 drops, and that normally gets me where I want to be as far as coverage. This foundation, just like the LA Girl, pulls really, 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 really red at first. Like you'll be a little scared of how red it comes off, but once you blend it blends in flawlessly. And like I said, it's not as dewy as the LA Girl foundation. This foundation I feel like has more of that skin-like finish like the L'Oreal C10 that I was talking about earlier. I love this foundation. I have this one here in the shade Deep Espresso 24. I'm wearing it right now. I love this foundation. If I had to choose, I would choose the LA Girl or the NYX, just because they are more on the redder side, and that's a preference that I like. I have redder undertones, so I prefer a more redder based foundation than a more yellow based foundation, but that's just a personal preference. And then also these are more on the glowier side. I will be doing a high-end version sometime next week. That's all I have for this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lots of love, and I'll see you guys next time.
We are